Thanks for joining us. And I have my sister with me.
Donna from Kids Cat Stitches.
Yep, kids underscore cats
Underscore
stitches. Because she figured out how to get her Instagram name to work as her channel name, and I still haven't. I've tried it several times and it hasn't worked.
It still says Donna on it too, though. I couldn't get the Donna to go away. I couldn't get it to just say Kids Cat Stitches. I think it still says Donna.
Yeah, I'm Helen D because YouTube wants me to be, and I can't change it. We actually are just the two of us today, which never happens. No kids, maybe cats.
Probably not.
Definite stitches. So we thought we'd do a quick video together while we had the chance and show off some stuff. I had mentioned in another video that we have similar tastes with patterns, so a lot of times we do the same pattern and they look totally different because we use different fabrics or different flosses. So we thought it'd be cool to kind of show, you know, we have a couple with us that we're currently working on that we're both doing that look totally different. They both look cool, but they look totally different. And I was gonna ask Donna if she remembered, and neither one of us is the best at having good memories, how we started stitching. And I said, oh, do you remember? And she's like, I don't remember.
I know Mom taught us. I know we had a little kit, came with everything, you know, and I remember her just saying, well, this is, you know, this stuff's done, and then we went off and did it. Yeah. And I showed mine in my last video, the very first little tiny kitty on a windowsill that I did. I think yours was dogs.
Well, what I remember, you had the little cat, and then the dogs that I remember came from our grandmother. Oh. I never saw our mother stitch. I think she taught us.
I think she taught us. I don't remember.
But I never. Our grandmother stitched all the time, and there's like 1,000 of us, so she would make the same thing for all the grandkids, and we thought nothing of it then. And now that we make things, I think,
how
did she manage to make 18 of those without losing her mind? And they were like beautiful, and they're in the basement, like little music boxes of plastic canvas.
Oh yeah.
And we'd all the girls would get one at Christmas, so there was a lot. So I remember Grammy giving us the kits. Yours was, you had 2 cats.
It's 2 cats, an orange cat and a white cat.
And I had 2 dogs.
Don't remember the colors.
Well, I can't show you the 2 dogs. Because that's when I thought I would be a color completer. Before I even knew what a color completer was. And I'm not very good at math. I messed that thing up so badly. It could not be salvaged.
Both of them?
I think I gave up on the second one because I was so frustrated with the first one. So I have no dogs and hoops.
Bummer.
I know. And now I don't color complete. I would rather change that floss 9,000 times than have to rip stuff out.
I do somewhat color completing. If it's an easy pattern, then there's a lot of counting. But if there's a lot of counting, I do all that color here, and then I'll do another color till I get to it, and then I'll do all the, you know. So I sort of color complete. Once I've got like the basis, once I've got like the general pattern, then I'll color complete. Oh, the yellow is here, here, here,
you can
here,
build
here,
off
because it's already rest of filled in.
Yeah.
So.
My Satsuma Street that I'm doing with, you know, 9,000 colors. Nope. I will. I'll do a little bit and I'll move on. So yeah, that's how I remember. Is, you know, we both stitched when we were younger.
Yeah. And
then I think we stopped, you know, in high school or college.
I completed a pretty big one in college. So Josh remembers it even. So I did complete a big one in college, and then I worked on a couple after that, right after I got married, because I didn't have kids yet. And then once I had kids, I did a couple little tiny birth ones.
Yeah.
And
the footprints.
And then for some reason, I guess I just got too busy because I had 4 kids.
Too many kids.
That I just stopped.
Yeah.
Until you decided.
Right. I was showing her some of the new patterns because when we stitched, it was
all kids.
Where'd we get? Ames.
Yeah.
Kmart. We finally got a Michael's when I was in high school, and it was like, oh, this is a craft store. And they were kits, you know, and they were not fancy.
No.
So we each brought kind of an older finish. Mine is a really older finish because our mom, even though I never remember her actually cross-stitching, she had a drawer in the attic in one of these old dressers, the stuffed dresser, and it had all these old kits in it.
Oh, did it?
And I used to like look at these kits, and I loved these kits. And I've now done 3 of those kits.
Wow.
The one she has at her house, that's like the cottage.
Oh, yeah.
With all the French knots,
Oh, yeah.
which Granny did because I couldn't do. Our lighting is not the best today. We
French
couldn't.
knots are not for me.
And then
Helen
this
does my
one,
French knots.
this is an old kit, and we're
With the lighting.
we were trying to figure out. This is the first thing I ever had framed, and when I was, if I get it closer than the lightings, I don't know if it's in focus, people. When I was home in between my junior and senior year, I worked 3 jobs, and one of them was at a call center, but it was an incoming.
Oh.
It was for the tourism board. So if people, before the internets, if people wanted information on visiting Maine, they called the Bureau of Tourism to send out a booklet. So when you called, you got me, and I typed your stuff in, but we weren't that busy. So I grabbed that kit, and I said, I'm going to do this kit.
Oh.
And I did that kit at the call center, and then I think the next year in college, I finally finished it.
Huh.
And my mom said, if you finish that, I'll get it framed for you.
Oh, there you go.
Because we had a Michaels.
Oh, yeah.
So that was mine. And then you brought a much more recent one.
Much more recent because I didn't start restitching until just a couple years ago. So I did this one, finished it in August of 16, only because for some reason I numbered it. So usually I don't, but. And it's a Frosted Pumpkin Summer
sampler? Is that
Summer
what they call them,
sampler? I'm
sampler?
not sure.
Seasonal samplers?
Seasonal, I don't know. Summer, anyway. Still on their site if you want it.
Yeah. And they have all of them now, right?
They're all out now.
They're all
Spring. The
Just
second
came out.
the second part come out. People have finished spring. I
Yeah.
have not, but people have. People have.
So those were our old finishes. I also have some new FFOs to show you because the framer called this morning. In the last video I mentioned that I'd found a local framer and I dropped 3 things off, and he called this morning and I picked them up. So the first one I've shown you guys before, and these have museum glass, so it should be a little easier.
Love that.
It's sparkly.
It is very sparkly in person.
This one he just had to put glass in, so I had already gotten the frame. This is Solemnly Swear by Fiddlesticks AU. So that one I had the glass put on.
Yes, I can hold it.
I'll put it back up. This one was my also Fiddlesticks AU. This was 11Z's.
I love that too.
We're filming in the afternoon today, so it's a little.
Oh,
little
the sun
challenge.
goes out. The sun goes out.
I'm very light. Oh, no, I'm dark. I'm just pale. So this is 11Z's, and this one, on no fault of the framer, when I did this one, I had just a little piece of fabric, and I thought, it'll be perfect. It'll fit on there. There was no extra, like ½ inch. So I pinned it. It was a challenge. I pinned it, and it fit right on an 8x10. So there's not a lot of extra space, by no one's fault of my own. And then the last one is the piece that my husband did. So this is his Chocobo piece. And this is from one of the Final Fantasy games. 4, 5, 7.
Never played any of them.
Me neither.
Sorry.
Me neither. So this is his Final Fantasy Chocobo song. And this frame, this is one, and I think I mentioned before too, you actually have this same frame.
I do.
When we were at Michael's, the same Michael's that's been there since we were in high school.
Yep, that's the one.
Sometimes they have moldings on one of the back end caps that I don't know if they were cut the wrong size. They're dirt cheap. So this molding was $8. So I picked it up, and when John designed this, I'm like, make it fit in this frame. But I think it would fit in a 9x12 because I'll attach it again. But the pattern, if anyone wants to do it, and if you don't want to do it, you know what Final Fantasy it's from.
Yeah, there you go.
It's a Google link, so it will fit on I said make sure it fits in a standard size frame. So I think it fits in a 9x12. This one's like 8 7/16 by 11 and a
because
quarter.
it was
or something.
cut for something, and then they didn't like it or something.
Yeah, and there were 2 of them, and I bought one, and then the next time we were both in there, she bought the
another
other
one.
There was another one, and she bought that one. So
I'm not gonna put chocobos in it though. My husband's not into video games.
So then we have some whips. So we just have to reach them. They're buried. So we are both doing 2 stitch-alongs this year. I'm only doing 2 of the yearly. Are you?
I have a lot of stitch-alongs. I didn't bring them all today though, but I have these 2 are yearly.
Yeah.
And then I've got one I'm just doing with a couple people on Flosstube.
Yeah.
And Instagram. And then the Ship's Manor Bluebird Sal is 12 parts every 2 to 3
Right,
weeks.
it's not-
So it's not a full year because he does
Right.
several per year. Another one will come up right after that probably. And I've done most of those. So I think that's all, but they're not. That was not yearly.
Right. They're just.
It is a sale.
Well, the first one we're doing. Oh, we might have to put something behind these.
I could just hold this one behind it.
There you go.
Ha
Because again, the light.
The light. The light.
So this is the frosted pumpkin. I can't see. Can you?
Kind of.
So the cockatoos.
Cockatoos were June.
We both picked a green fabric. Mine is one I had dyed. And who was yours?
Mine is Fabrics by LJ.
Yeah. And we've both. I had to tweak some colors because they didn't show up on this.
And I don't like pink. So the froggy.
Oh yeah,
pink
the flowers were pink.
Your froggy has pink flowers.
Yep.
My froggy does not because I don't like pink. So I popped
This is
some purple
purple.
in there.
So this
I like
month
purple better.
I finished these guys, and then I'm working on the border on the bottom.
Yeah, and I did the little cockatoos, and then I started the border.
Yeah.
I'm not in any huge rush. I've got all the way through December. to finish that border,
I just
so
didn't have a lot I had to get done.
I just
Now you also are
Just
doing
do.
different colors around all your squares.
I am.
Yeah, I chose 2.
I am. I'm doing it after. I do the square, and then based on the colors they put in the square, I say, well, it would look nice, and then I put a fancy one around it, because I've got so much variegated fancy floss.
Right.
I want to just,
Well, you have a lot
sprinkle
of
it in
too.
places.
Well, you have like the Mo's.
I have Moe's,
And the
I
ones
have
that are
LJ,
not-
I have Ship's Manor,
Yeah. They're a little more multicolor variation.
Yes, I've used some
Which look really
Fiberlicious in
nice.
this. I've used the colored cotton. Kathy Davidson.
Mm-hmm.
I really mixed it up. I've used a little floss from everybody on purpose because I wanted, sprinkle it in everywhere and,
Right, and use
use it up.
Oops.
It's pretty. I want to use it.
Just floss on the table. So the next one we're both working on
Probably mine.
is the.
Oh yeah, I'll probably have to put that behind it.
Yeah. This is the Ingleside Imaginarium
Yeah, Guardians of Notre Dame.
Guardians of Notre Dame. Here, I'll show mine because these are big.
These are big.
So mine is on
Mine's is
Banshee. I picture this plus, and mine's a 16.
Oh, fabric.
And then
Beautiful. Yeah, and then mine is doesn't need to be held as close as mine's on 14 Opal Iris by Under the Sea Fabrics.
Yeah. So again, I'm using all the called fors in this one because they all. This bag is unzipped.
Oh, can't turn it.
Now
There
we
you
can.
go.
So this was this month, this little guy.
Oh yeah.
And I had stitched him in my last video, but not back stitched him. So he's done.
Yeah.
And then
my
are you
guy's all
fully
done. He's
caught
all
up on
done.
the border?
I can turn him up. What?
Are you fully caught up, like filling in the border all the way up on that section?
I think so. I haven't done the outer line for the next month, and so I didn't fill in between it yet, and I didn't get to this. It's still attached on the back, the needle with the floss. But I changed the colors a bit. I'm using a different floss for the border, a variegated by Ship's Manor. And then my inside, the whitish, that's Kathy Davidson. Other than that, I didn't do, this is pink. Yours is pink, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and I didn't do pink. So I
Kinda
picked this
coral.
coppery.
Well, it wouldn't have shown up on yours at all.
Coppery color. Yeah, it would have blended right in with my oranges.
The blues on mine, I was a little afraid that they would blend in, but when you have
the back stitching.
once they're back
yeah,
stitched,
it looks great.
they show up enough.
Oh yeah. No, that looks.
So that
Perfect.
one's, so we're both caught, we're caught up.
We're caught up.
On that one. So that's the two that we're doing that are the same right now.
Yeah.
Usually there are others. I thought that was the husband and the boy.
No, not done.
We're not done. And then we have whips. Do you want to show yours?
Yeah, I only brought one with me. I have several just whips hanging around, but this is the one I brought down. And it's the Frosted Pumpkins Mysterious Halloween Town. So
I bought her that one for Christmas.
she did like 2 Christmases ago.
Christmases ago.
And I'm just getting to it. But I'm hoping to get her hair done tonight. Poor little witchy has no hair. Sad.
So I last time said, oh, I don't, I got once I get my Junes done, I'm going to work on Pretty Little DC and just try and finish it. My son had other plans. So I got this much done, which is,
I thought it was pretty good.
it's over half. It's over half. And I think this line, there's like just a smidge more and up. So
that's way more than half. It's like 2/3.
Well, but there's some giant buildings in there that I haven't. This thing here, man, took forever. The Washington
No,
Monument.
but that's the edge, though. Is that the edge?
That's the edge.
So, I mean, based on how much fabric is left,
Right.
Unless you got it folded. Oh, you do have it.
Yeah, but it's not
folded.
centered because
okay.
this fabric I had bought off Stash Unload, and it said I think it was Meditation. It's purpley blue, but there's like some clearly lighter spots.
Oh yes.
So I purposely moved it where it is because that way the lighter buildings are in the darker spots. So they hopefully will show up
very smart. Very smart.
a little better. And then the last whip I have is 2 dinosaurs away from a finish. Oops, I just moved that. For the nerd wall, which now that the framer called, I think we can finally actually put on the wall. This was one that my son had picked. So it's a dinosaur of dinosaurs, and it's by Pixel Stitch on Etsy. And I started this, I don't know, last Wednesday or
I was
something.
gonna say not very long ago.
And I thought it would take longer than it did. But I am 2 dinosaurs away. So I just have, wow, you can see right through that. I just have these 2 on his tail. I can't tell. Am I holding it so you can see it?
Yep.
This way.
There you go. And now, are the dinosaurs like the green ones? Are they 2 or 3 shades of green?
They're all 2.
They're all 2.
They're all a lighter and a darker. But they're like 919 and 921. Like they're really
right, close. Just to do the
and
shade.
553. Yeah.
Very cool.
And I have a cool finish for this, but
We'll have to wait to see it.
I woke up this morning at 5:15. I don't know why. And I thought, oh, I need to use the bathroom. It must be like 6:45, or 5:15. And then I couldn't fall back asleep. So at like 5:45, I said, ooh,
No one's up. I can stitch.
I can get those. I had 3 dinosaurs and an egg. I said, I can get those 3 dinosaurs done. So I got up, and then the boy got up at 6.
Oh, foiled again.
So I did not get those 3 dinosaurs done. That's all I have to show.
And that's all I brought down.
And that's all you brought down. So the reason that Donna is down here is because tomorrow, today's the 22nd, Friday, June 22nd.
Oh, yes, it is.
Because tomorrow is Saturday, June 23rd, which has been on our calendar for a long time.
A long time.
We're going to Massachusetts to a store called The World in Stitches.
Yeah.
It's in Littleton, Massachusetts. And we're meeting up with some other Flosstubers and some Instagram friends for a little stitch up and shop up. So we're going to see Colleen for the Love of Cross Stitch. The cat came down.
I didn't think she would.
Sometimes when other people are here, the cat doesn't come down. And Lynette from Homesteading on the Homefront.
And little one.
We're excited. We get to. Don't want to make you guys jealous, but we get to meet little one.
They'll be jealous.
They'll be jealous. Who wouldn't be? It's little one. So that's tomorrow, and then on the way back, we'll be driving like directly by a Hobby Lobby, and Donna's never been.
Never been.
So we're gonna stop at Hobby Lobby on the way home and see what kind of damage we can do.
I didn't tell Josh that.
I'm sure you didn't.
I didn't.
So that will be tomorrow. While we're there, the tomorrow's meetup we had to keep really small because the World in Stitches only has, I guess we've never been, but they only have a room that seats 10 people. So we've got 10 people. But we're hoping to kind of talk and toss around some ideas and some dates to see if we can get something going for more of a New England meetup. Because everyone's at StitchCon right now and they're posting all their updates.
And I'll let it get there. It'll be years and years before my kids are old enough for me to go there.
Yeah. So we just have to bring people up here.
Yeah, that'd be good.
So that's
New England is pretty. Come on.
It's pretty. And school's out today. For me, it's been out for you for a couple days, but
my kids got done Tuesday.
Finally out. So that's our plan. Is we will go to the Stitch meetup.
Yep.
See what we can do for shopping.
Maybe a little stitching.
Maybe.
We'll see how that goes.
We both picked things that won't take a lot of thought. There will be no dog and a hoop incidents.
No.
From miscounting.
No. We don't want any of that.
Yeah. I've got on the jungle piece. Oh, it's Barry. There's these like long lines that go all the way across, and I'm like, I might do those. I need to decide what color they're.
Straight line.
Yeah, because I think I have one up top and 2 or 3 down bottom.
There's one side has like 2 or 3 in a row.
Yeah,
and
of different colors.
One has just one.
So I was like, I might work on that.
Uh-huh.
I can't mess that up, right?
Straight lines.
Straight lines. I also kitted up. I had those little. The prairie schooler, the little, the tiny little crab and the lighthouse sunny days.
Yeah.
So I have those ready that I can work on. I'm driving, so you get to stitch in the car. So I said, bring something.
Unless I feel that's
car.
rude, so
it's
I
not
won't
rude.
do it.
I do it all the time. Whenever we go somewhere, I'm like, can you drive? Yeah, I don't mind driving. Okay.
Oh, just be stitching.
Yeah, my husband doesn't. He doesn't read in the car, and we laugh because his mom always told him he would get car sick because she gets car sick. He may not. He's never tried.
I've tried it. I can't read in the car.
That works out well for me because
I can stitch, but I can't read.
Oh, I can read in the car. Good thing, because we've got a big car ride coming, so we'll have some stitching. So I think that's it. So we'll link some designers and stuff if anyone is interested in things. But we thought we'd take the opportunity. Look at that. We're still only 25 minutes even combined. We're not big talkers.
No.
Yeah, that's it. Have a great summer. I know for me, and I'm sure for you, and I'm sure for a lot of other people with kids, making videos over the summer is going to be a challenge.
It's very challenging. I barely get a second alone during the school year because I have a 2-year-old.
Yeah.
and then throw in summer, they're all home. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah, so we'll have to see, or then when you can do one, it's so dark out you can't even
It would be 9 or 10 at night, and then it's so dark that I don't know if
wouldn't
it's
be able to
worth
see
doing.
anything. So we'll try to keep up. I've been doing every 2 weeks, and I don't think there's any way.
I don't think
I
summer's
might
gonna
get
allow
like
that.
2 in over the summer, and then when school starts again, which is after Labor Day.
Is it?
It is for us.
I don't think ours is. I don't know when our school starts.
Jealous.
I have no idea when it starts. They didn't tell us.
After Labor Day for us.
I'll have to find out closer to the date. I'll get a note because my son's starting kindergarten. They will be sending me a packet in the mail, and that will have a start date on it. So that's how I'll find out. I will get
surprise.
Yeah, surprise! Here's your kindergarten packet. This is the day they start. Okay, thank you. Thanks for the notice.
That's it. Thank you everyone who has subscribed to me, and if you want to go check out Donna's channel, because you kind of just started.
I just started. I got 3 videos. They're all very short.
Mine aren't
Done around children.
Yes. Mine are done around cats. She wandered off.
Where she went?
She's around.
I'm keeping her away.
She is.
No knocking over stitching today.
Nope. All right. Thank you guys. Bye.
Bye.